Hey guys, Mambo number 5, my 5th video blog. Coming here directly from 54 College Road, student union. A few things to update you on. Elections are tomorrow, Tuesday and Wednesday, the 2nd and 3rd of March, and should be great, fantastic election this year. Over 20 candidates for all the different positions, 4 extra positions. It's going to be really heated. There's 6 people snapping at my heels trying to get into this chair, starting on the 1st of July. So it should be really interesting to see how they do. And best of luck to all the candidates. I hope you really enjoy the election season. I know it can be a little bit annoying sometimes, but I think it's going to be a really, really fun one this year. We're also putting to the student body, as you've probably seen from the all student emails, referendum on the new constitution being put forward by the UCC Students' Union. It's actually a redrafting mechanism of the constitution that was there before, but because there's so many changes that we just have to send it out as a constitution rather than a lot of amendments. There's a few major changes, one of them being an additional sabbatical officer, campaigns and communications officer, that would be separated from the role of deputy president, and an equality officer to look after the special interests of, say, mature students, LGBT students, international students, gender equality, and all those type of interest areas. So there'll be part-time unpaid, by the way, the equality officer. So there's a few things like that that we've introduced, and a little bit of constitutional theory being applied and things like that, but nothing too interesting, a lot of boring stuff. There were 2 referenda put forward by campaign that was signed by 500 plus signatories of the student population. One of them was for an entertainments and marketing officer, full-time, and the other one was a full-time postgraduate and evening students officer. There were legal issues in both of those amendments going forward. That unfortunately is not a justification for amending them, or for not putting them to the student body. So they will be going to referendum at some point in the near future. Unfortunately, because of the time constraints, we weren't able to do it for Tuesday and Wednesday, but we will be doing it at some point in the future. The entertainments and marketing officer was, as the wording was, contravened employment law and could have brought the union and the university into bad legal territory. And the postgrad and evening students officer, actually the job description as defined in the constitution with the amendments, contravened the Universities Act of 1997. So that was another legal quandary. But it will be going forward, and hopefully we'll be able to sort out legal issues after those referendums are held, if they're passed, etc., etc. So that's the constitution and referenda. Third thing is, I just came from a finance committee meeting. That's why I'm in a suit. Every so often I have to go to these meetings where there's people around the table that are making about 10 times what I am, and they're all wearing suits, so I have to pretend like I'm one of them, even though I don't get paid nearly anything near what they are. And at this finance committee meeting, I'm happy to report that the university has decided to improve the facility for the Mardyke Pavilion. So the changing rooms down there are going to be changed all around, and they were able to find funding for it, which is fantastic, to improve the facility for all the sports teams and for all the users of the Mardyke outdoor pitches, which is fantastic. It's not exactly the full scale sort of overhaul that we would have liked, but I mean, that's kind of, funding is tight at the moment, so it's something that they're able to do. On that though, there's something that sort of comes up in the registration fee, that we were able to find a central forum for the central fee, for the allocation of the monies from the registration fee to be debated. So it's consisting of 2 members of the Students' Union Executive, nominated by the Students' Union Executive, the Chief Financial Officer of the University, the Deputy President of the University or Registrar, and the Vice President for the Student Experience. And those 5 people sit down and they decide how the 18 plus million money will be spent and allocated in the university, particularly with reference to the Framework for Good Practice that was initiated in 1998, which would encourage that money to be used on student services, registration and examinations. So one thing that I would like to say, because it's something that's been coming up in the elections and people talking about the registration fee, it's not going up, okay? It didn't go up the last time around, and more than likely it won't go up the next time around, because there's such transparency now and there's such a microscope on what the registration fee is actually funding. It's become quite obvious that the registration fee is funding core university functions rather than the student services for which it was intended. And as a result of that, if Minister O'Keefe was to increase the registration charge, he would be getting into a legally questionable sort of an area as per the Universities Act, Section 40 of the Universities Act. So if people are telling you that the registration fee is going to go up next year, it's very unlikely that it will. It's very unlikely that it's going to go down as well. But at the same time, you know, I mean, I just want to nip that one in the bud there. The registration fee as well, the central forum in terms of deciding where the money should go, the registration fee, the capitation charge, so that €150 extra on top, and this small bit of money that's actually come to light there recently, that's part of the tuition fee for investment in student facilities. It actually was used to invest in the student centre, and the capital project has finished. The capital payback has finished this year. They will be paying for the Mardyke Pavilion for a year, and then after that there will be a discussion process in terms of how that money is allocated in this central forum. Going to go to probably the worst thing that has happened, one of the worst things that has happened to me all year, before I go to one of the best things that has happened to me all year. One of the worst things is I had 2 resignations. 2 people decided that they had to leave the union for their own personal reasons, and were unable to maintain their positions in the union. Hazel Nolan, who was the chair of the Students' Union Council, and Sean O'Shea, who was the Irish officer of the Students' Union. I'm very sorry to see them go, and I just want to say publicly I really appreciate their honesty and their openness in their deliberations and going, and I wish them all the best of luck in the future. And I think they were fantastic additions to the team, and I wish them all the best. Now, best thing that probably has happened to me all year is Campus Picnic 2010. The Deputy President Ian Power has been working on this with MIG Live, a subsidiary, a company that works with events promotion and all that sort of stuff. And they have set up Campus Picnic 2010 in the showgrounds on the 27th of March. It's from 2:30 until 10 o'clock. It's going to be an insane party. The lineup is brilliant. The Coronas, the Hoosiers, Tinchy Strider. There's even talk about getting some more big acts coming in there. I can't really tell you the names. And some fantastic smaller acts as well, whose songs you would know, but you probably wouldn't know their names. So anyway, fantastic lineup. I think it's going to be actually one of the best parties in Ireland, with the exception of maybe Oxygen and Electric Picnic going forward. Billed at about 4,500 people, and it's all exclusively for UCC students. So get your tickets while they're hot. I'm sure there'll be a lot of demand for people to buy tickets. So I'm really looking forward to it, and I hope that it's sort of something that stays on and hopefully moves to the university in the next few years to come as well. So that's my basic vlog for this week. I'm absolutely shattered. It's been an insane few weeks lately since Raising Good Week, so I'm going to go on holidays next week, so I'll catch you in 2 weeks. Alright, hope you have a fantastic best of luck to all the people who are doing their exams going forward, and I hope you have a fantastic election season, and happy March. Alright, we'll talk to you.